Hello everyone and welcome to the program Talk Sport on Global Television. I am Samuel Odi. Many thanks for joining on today's edition of the program. As always, we talk about sporting activities on the show where we extray and also give our own predictions of what will be coming forth in the next phase of any competition that is being played currently, but we'll be measuring on UEFA Champions League that was played last night, have conversations around World Cup qualifiers, talk about a little about transfer windows, we'll talk the Euros today, and we'll also talk about Haruna Kwaduri, who loses out in the 2025 WTT championship going on currently in China. He lost his position in the competition to world number 2. So we'll be having this conversation. Also, there is the Nations Cup that is ongoing in Jos, which is a forum for grassroots football competition that is helping to be able to have the next phase or the next future stars of Nigeria Super Eagles and those that will be playing as well in the NPFL. So all of these are just the initiative of the current commissioner of the Sporting Commission in Nigeria, Alhaji Shehu Diko, who emphasized on more improvements when it has to deal with grassroots football in Nigeria. Like he mentioned in his word, he says if the grassroots sports is not developed, there wouldn't be need for international competition. So we'll be having all of those conversations today, but I'm not going to be doing the talking alone today because I have someone who will be joining us and who will join us in having all of this conversation, the person of Olari Waju Jesse, who is a sports analyst. Thank you so much for joining today.
My pleasure to be here. Good to be here.
Yes, so we'll be starting from CAF, where we witnessed that Patrice Motsepe has been re-elected for the second term as CAF President. South African mining magnate Dr. Patrice Motsepe has been re-elected unopposed for a second 4-year term as President of Confederation of African Football at the 14th CAF Extraordinary General Assembly in Seattle. This happened early hours of Wednesday morning, where FIFA President Gian Infantino was in attendance. The 63-year-old, who has been at the helm of affairs for CAF since 2021, had announced his decision to stand again in October 2024 after initially remaining reserved about seeking re-election. His candidacy came following the multiple requests from CAF member association presidents and key football stakeholders across the continent for him to rerun for the election. The goal remains making African football competitive on the international stage, stabilizing finance, and also investing in infrastructure that allows our teams and players to thrive. Motsepe said this after his re-election. During his speech, Motsepe highlighted stadium infrastructures as key focus area of his second term. Well, congratulations to Patrice Motsepe, who has been the Confederation President for the past 4 years and now has been re-elected unopposed. Okay, we are not so big on politics though, but we just look at people that have been doing so well and given more opportunities. Looking at Patrice now and his first tenure and where African Confederation Cup is now, how well would you say he has been able to perform in his first term?
He has done so well. Me myself, if I'm in the position to vote, I will have voted him for the second term because he has reshaped the African football. He has reshaped CAF. He has put us in a place where we want to be. We are not there, but at least we are growing, as you can see. So you can see the last Nations Cup, improvements, the numbers of people, the viewers, everything. People want to know about AFCON. You understand? That's where he has put us. And so, as you can see, the members of the committee, everybody wants him back because to show that he has done a very good job and is still doing a good job. So we need this kind of men in Africa. If we want to reshape African football, if we want to reshape African sports, we need these men there. And Motsepe has been doing a good job. Kudos to him. I myself, I'm I'm pleased with his work. So hopefully in the second term,
you'll be able to focus more, like you mentioned, infrastructure,
we need stadiums, we need good atmosphere to play football,
Mm-hmm.
and the business aspect of the football also, it needs to put us there, our players also, because a lot of our players are all over in Europe, the ones in Africa too, there are a lot of them. So we need him to harmonize this African football, and he has been doing that. As you can see, he has been spending his money and everything. So that's a good one for CAF, and a good one for Musempe. So moving forward, he should put us there. We need a lot of stadiums, and kudos. You see Morocco, they are preparing, they are building stadiums. Countries are building stadiums. So in Nigeria too, we need to build stadiums. That is world class for CAF and FIFA tournaments and matches.
Maybe in the next nearest future, we'll start seeing maybe like World Cup finals and Champions League finals. Bring down to Africa. So you know, all of this starts from the proper planning and proper initiative and seeing through to all of these projects. I want to say congratulations to Patrice Musempe for his re-election and unopposed. For him to be re-elected unopposedly, I think there must be something he's doing right. Talking about those that won election and those that lost, we saw Amaju Picnic, the former NFF chairman, who also lost yesterday to just one vote to the FIFA council. So we want to say congrats to the winner and well done for being there, Mr. Pinckney.
We needed him.
But you know, when a whole lot of Nigerians actually have some concerns when it comes to Amaju. You know, when he was the NFF chairman, president, there were a whole lot of stories. That went, and Nigerian sport fans don't trust him to be in that place. So maybe that was what happened why he didn't get to get re-elected. But it was a very close one. Literally, he lost by just one vote. So we're hoping maybe next year or next tenure, beg your pardon, you might be able to go there and also filter in. All right, let's move on. As we see, Haruna crashes out after devastating loss at WTT tournaments. That's the Nigerian table tennis star Quadri Haruna has crashed out of the WTT Championship Champion 2025 after suffering a consecutive 3-0 defeat to world number 2 Wang Chun of China in the round of 32 clash. The Nigerian, currently ranked number 19th in the world, was overwhelmed by his Chinese opponents, who dominated precisely at the Infinite Arena in Houston and winning in straight 3 games by 11-6, 13-11 and 11-7 to advance to the next round of the $800,000 prize money tournament. Despite a spirited effort in the second game where Haruna pushed the match to a deuce, the home favorites clinically performed, proving too much for the African challenger, who managed just 24 points throughout the entire contest compared to Waring's 35 points. The match statistics revealed that Haruna struggled against the Chinese star, with the Nigerian winning only 14 points on his own serve and 10 on his opponent's serve. Wang demonstrated his superiority by establishing a maximum lead of 5 points during the encounter and stringing together 5 consecutive points at one stage. So looking at Haruna now, Africans number 1 currently and world's number 19. Well done, at least you're the champ for a continent. So looking at his journey so far and getting to this world stage and losing to the world number 2, do you think it's a shocker? Do you think that there's something that he would have done differently to pull off an upset?
It's not a shocker, because the world number 2, for him to be world number 2, you should know he has done a lot to be there. He's a good player. He's a good tennis player, very good tennis player. So kudos to Haruna. He has been putting us there in the limelight, in the world and in the continent too. He has been doing well. But that's how tournament is. You win or lose. So I just hope he learned from this. He learns from it and move on. You understand? So you should know that it's the pride of the continent. So moving forward, you should do more. But kudos to him. He has been representing us very well, and being ranked in world number 19 is not a it's not easy. So it's a good one for him. But still, we still want more from him, and we should encourage more people to play table tennis in Nigeria, so we could have maybe another world number one coming out from Nigeria in the future. So let's see how it goes.
Okay, we'll just see how it goes for Haruna. We'll just see how he would be able to regroup from this loss, and then see how he would, get back into it, and also continue being the champion that he is in this continent, and getting the last laugh against this world number 2 who defeated him in the straight 3 game. All right, moving on. Someone is making proud and making statements of saying that Nigerians' top priority is the Super Eagles' top priority, I beg your pardon, is to make it through to the World Cup qualifiers. Is that feasible? Can that be able to happen? There's a possibility that it will happen based on the fact that if Nigeria can win the next 2 matches, then they will be able to make it through to Canada, Mexico, and US to go represent for the World Cup. So, who is making this statement? Let me bring you up to speed with it. Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen has declared that qualifying for the 2026 World Cup is a top priority for Nigerian national team as they look to avoid missing out on the consecutive edition of the global showpiece. Playing at the World Cup is a priority, and we must make it happen this time around. This is Victor Osimhen speaking. So, looking at it now, the 2020 champ, the former champions of AFCON, that's talking about the Super Eagles now, almost made it through to win the championship last season, but it rather almost won the African Cup of Nations last season, but due to a whole lot of injury worries, they weren't able to do that now. That also contributed to the fact that they weren't able to get a whole lot of points during the qualifying stages. Now we have this at the platter now, where most of the players now are healthy and have the ability to be able to go through and then win these matches. So looking at this now, Victor Osimhen has not featured in the World Cup. The current Super Eagles squad now, most of the players there have not featured. How key is it going to be for them to win the next 2 matches against Rwanda and Zimbabwe?
This should be a morale booster for them, for the team, for everybody, all the old players that have been called, that have been invited to play for the country. They should know that we need to be in the World Cup. As a country, we need to represent our continent because we are a giant of Africa, and football-wise, we have been doing so well for ourselves in years, in world stage, in African stage. Our players too have been doing so well in their club side. So, but you need to bring this down to the country. You need to bring this good football down to the country, and we need to qualify for World Cup because that is the basis. That's the echelon of football. That is the best. That's the high level of football that every player wants to play in World Cup. That's the dream for majority of players. I want to play in the World Cup. I want to represent my country. This is not your club side now. So they should do more. We need to win.
Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at this current squad now, the final squad of guys, the 23-man squad now. Are you surprised that Iheanacho and Ahmed Musa were dropped from the list?
I'm not surprised. Last time I was there, we discussed about it, and I said that moving on, there's no space for Iheanacho and Ahmed Musa. Respectfully, they have done well
during their time.
Yes, during their time. But now we need fit players, and we need players that are playing more for their club side, because you need to do more for your club side before you can be playing for your country. So it's not about name now. We should know that there are a lot of things in our front we need to achieve. First, qualifying for the World Cup, we need to achieve those goals. So not bring sentiment into it that we need this kind of players or this. No, we need players that are fit, that are scoring. And the 23-man list is okay. It's just 23. We have a lot of players. So we cannot invite everybody.
Yes. Let's talk about experience a little bit. Looking at experience, now you need more experience. Experience also help in some situations to win games. Ahmed Musa have once been in a situation like this with the Super Eagles. Iheanacho has also been in a situation like this with the Super Eagles. So now, don't you think that experience, even if they are not playing, don't you think them being on the bench, don't you think that is actually going to help and boost to, add up spice.
Yes,
to them
I know. Talking about squad player, you need them in the squad.
Yes.
But along the line, you don't know what can happen. It's not about squad player. You may need the player to come and make a difference in the game. And you need someone you can call on that you know that we need to come and make a difference. Not just because I want to make substitution.
Yeah.
But you need this person, okay, maybe this game is going 1 or 2 player in a position got injured. What do you need? You need to re-strategize. You need to change your pattern. So you need players that are fit that you can call on anytime. You understand? That you can call on anytime and they will show up and deliver for the country. So experience sometimes matters. Most times it matters. But with the experience, if you are not playing football, experience does not matter.
Doesn't matter.
You understand? Because at what we need, you can see the young squad. Young squad all over the world are doing well because those players want to make name for themselves.
Yeah.
They want to. They know that yes, we just started. I need to do this to cement my name in my country, or I need to do this to cement my name in this club. You understand? So those players are there. They are ready to showcase their talent. So we should give room to all those players. And the list is good. I saw some new players. That's a real good one for
a new goalkeeper from the Romeo Star goalkeeper.
Yes. And the Tolu guy from Genk. Yes,
Genk, who is like the highest goal scorer. With
there is a lot of players we could have called. But at the end of it, it's 23-man list. The guy, this Eduque in Sevilla is playing well. So, me personally, I felt he should be in the squad, but there's no room. But at the end of it, the players that they invited, they should know that we need to win.
Actually, these 2 matches are actually a must win, and then it's going to be happening. The first leg is going to be happening between Super Eagles and Rwanda. That will be happening next week Friday, and then the following week on Tuesday, which is going to be the 25th of March, that is when Nigeria will be facing Zimbabwe here in Nigeria at the Gospel Akpabio Stadium. So we'll be cheering for them, and we'll be hoping for everyone that can be there to just be there and cheer and support the Super Eagles to see us through to the World Cup come 2026. Moving away from World Cup qualifiers, now let's talk a bit about transfer windows, where some clubs are already making moves to lay off some players. Bayern Leverkusen keen to offloading Boniface, Victor Boniface. Bayern Leverkusen are looking to part ways with Nigerian international Victor Boniface this summer and have reduced their asking price to 50 million euros plus bonuses, according to reports. The 24-year-old striker, who began the season as Leverkusen's first choice forward, has fallen down the parking order following an injury setback that allowed Patrick Shinks to cement his place in Xavi Alonso's starting lineup. Boniface has made just 1 start in 2025, and his frustration appears to be manifesting in disciplinary issues, with the most recent incident involving an on-field altercation with teammate Emiliano Brandin during Bayern Leverkusen's 4-1 victory over Frankfurt. This report shows that his behavior has didn't go down well with the club hatchery, who now view his departure as the best solution for all parties. Looking at Victor Boniface now, he wasn't even, invited based on his form. Like we rightly mentioned, that coaches now get to invite players based on the performance they see them with in their club side. Yeah. So looking at this now, he is not like among the front runners currently, though he's not recorded as one of the guys that will be like carrying the team. So do you think that, looking at his current form, do you think he's supposed to be in the call-ups, looking at other strikers like Cyril Dessy that plays for the Rangers, who has also scored a whole lot of goals? He was mentioned in the 30-man list and then he was dropped down. Do you think there would have been a swap between Victor Boniface and Cyril, who plays in the Rangers?
Actually, Cyril Dessy have been having a great season. It's the second highest Nigeria in currently scorer
As
right
a
now.
top striker.
Yes, right
I think
now.
he's following up with Victor Osimhen with 20 points, 20 goals. Like
But I believe there should still be room for him, regardless if Boniface is in the team
or not.
There should still be room for Siridesa.
Okay.
You understand? But as I said earlier, we have a lot of strikers.
Yes.
We have a lot of players. In Nigeria, we have a lot of strikers than defenders.
True.
Like all over. Our midfielders are even few. We have midfielders, but
We have more
you understand? We have more strikers, more attackers all over. All over. That's our trade. We like scoring goals. We like attacking. You understand? Bring flair to the game. But Siridesa, I believe there's supposed to be room for him. But the coach knows best. He knows why, and it's still open. The Super Eagles is still open. We just need to qualify. Take this one out of the way to know how we want to focus in moving forward. Moving forward, yes. But in Boniface's case, you understand, there's no need. Nigeria is not supposed to drop him. We're supposed to invite him because it's our own. And he's performing well. We understand how it is.
Injuries.
After his injury, coming back, because coming back, he need games before he could pick up.
Yes.
There was no time for it. Patrick was banging goals when he was out. So Alonso was as favorite already, putting Patrick because he was scoring goals. You understand?
Yeah.
So coming in, he did not come in.
He didn't come back as
you understand, because of the injury. But it's normal. This is football. It's normal. All players have been in this kind of situation, one way or the other. So it's normal. But you just need support from club. You need support from teammates. So I believe if it comes to Nigeria, because Nigeria, it still needs to score goals. In Nigeria, we still need him to bang in goals. Because in the recent games, they have not shown that.
Really represented.
Yes, but we still need him to, because he's a very good striker. He has been doing so well for us. Same man in Leverkusen. Single-handedly, him and other players, they won
the Bundesliga
last season. So we should not dispute that fact that he's a very good striker and he's a goal poacher. And he's a young striker, you understand? So he has a lot of ability, a lot of things that he can do. So it's a good thing, but there should still be room for Siridesa, but we could move on.
Okay, we could move on. So talking about still on the transfer news, we see that Atlanta have risen their asking price tag for Ademola Lookman. Ademola Lookman's price tag has been increased based on his current performance. The Super Eagles forward Ademola Lookman's asking price have moved from 50 million euros to 60 million euros, aimed growing interest from Juventus and other suitors following his stellar performance in their recent encounter. The reigning African Footballer of the Year played a vital role in Atlanta's empathetic 4-0 victory over Turin Giants last weekend, scoring his landmark 50th Serie A goal, further enhancing his reputation as one of the league's standout performers. Atlanta has raised their valuation of the 27-year-old despite reportedly agreeing in principle to let him leave this summer with 2 years still remaining on his contract. Juventus are believed to be the most interested suitor for the Nigerian international, who tormented their defense during Sunday's historic thrashing at the Azteca Stadium, which was Juventus' worst home defeat since 1967. This man, Ademola Lookman, just, breaks records and sets new ones. Since 1967, over 4 decades ago, they haven't suffered a defeat like this at home. That's the old ladies of Turin, as they love to be called, that are speaking about the Juventus side. So now we've seen how Ademola Lookman has been effective. Now, for me, I still feel that £60 million is actually less, based on his current form and the way in which he's performing. Do you agree with the 60 million euros asking price? Because since they're mentioning asking price, over here, asking price is like, okay, how much is it? This is the amount. That means there's room for negotiation. But I think from what we're seeing and the way Ademola Lookman has been performing, don't you think the asking price should be around 70 to 80 million?
Well, you can say that, but in this case, in this situation now, Ademola Lookman contract. He has like 18 months contract left in his contract. So business-wise, is 60 million is a good value.
Okay.
You understand? Because of the contracts. Does not have 2 or 3 year contracts.
Yeah.
But still, is a star boy.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's the club that's asking price. You understand? So you can still.
Or do you think, on second thought, they are just asking this price so as not to let him go?
60 millions. Many people will cash out 60 million. How much is 60 million now for a player of his caliber?
Of his caliber, how much is it?
That will
for a player?
guarantee you double figure goals and assists every season. You understand? So a player of his caliber, he worth more. But business wise, because of contracts and all, 60 million is not bad, but it's normal.
Well, they made mention, well, this is excluding bonuses and every other thing that's going to be attached.
Other thing.
Well, let's see how that pans out. The summer is still is just around the corner, so we'll see a whole lot that will be going on during the transfer windows. Just like in the EPL now, just 7 more games to be played before Liverpool now takes away their trophy. But still, well, let's see what happens. If Arsenal will be finishing where they are, or Nottingham Forest will be finishing where they are. Based on this weekend, there's just a whole lot of actions packed for this weekend, and we'll see how all of that pans out. So let's talk Euros, which will be happening later tonight, where Ange Postecoglou wants Spurs. So that's talking about Tottenham Spurs now to embrace European pressure. Ange Postecoglou urged Tottenham to embrace the pressure of their European League clash with AZ Alkmaar as the Australian refused to to back down from his boast that he always wins a trophy in his second season. To keep alive their hopes of ending a trophy drought that stretched back to 2008, Tottenham must overturn a 1-0 deficit when they host Dutch side AZ later tonight. Postecoglou reportedly declared in September that he always wins things in his second year of a job, but the prediction has been increasingly rash during the difficult campaign of Tottenham's 2024-2025 season. Looking at Tottenham and their claims now, Euros, the dire position that we're facing now, Tottenham, do you think they have what it takes to beat Alkmaar?
Yes, they have what it takes. They are playing at home.
You know, the first time now we saw an upset, and we expected Tottenham to at least get a goal away from home, which is actually going to make their job easier when they come back to play. Yeah. But now, the case is different. They didn't get to score, and they got, they conceded. Yeah. So now, what do you think now can be done differently? Now, what approach do you think? Do you think they can be able to scale through?
Yes, they can. But it's just the approach to the game that matters. You understand? They need to approach the game differently. They know they have one go down, and they're playing at home. That's a very good boost for them playing at home. So what the GM needs to do is to approach the game. First half, you need to get a goal or 2 goals. You understand? And you need to still cover your defense, because if you are exposed, if they add another goal, you need to be chasing 2 goals. So the game is still open for them. Is in their hands, you understand? So they can still overturn that defeat. Well, and for Postecoglou, in the second year, he said he always wins. So you should see, it's in his hands and his players. Yes, it's like his destiny. So it's in his hands. So you should know. We should see what he's going to do tonight, and we should see how far he's going to go in Europa League. Because it seems he's very pretty confident that
he'll be able to.
Yes, he's going to win the Europa League. He's not ruling that out. He believes he's going to qualify.
Well, the current stage now, the current situation of the team now, as it stands now, do you think that Tottenham Hotspur is the championship team?
Yes.
They can go ahead and win the European League as it stands.
They can. They have what it takes, because don't forget, Tottenham Hotspur have been having a lot of injury problems this season. Key players, but some of them are back. Romero is back. You understand? That's give them a little bit of boost in the defense. Defense is secure. So because when you went out, you see they concede a lot of goals. Because if you want to win game, you need to not concede goals, and you need to score. But after you concede a goal, you now start chasing to equalize. He's chasing her to win. So you don't need that. So Romero coming back is a good thing for them. And other players, they just need to step up. They just need to start scoring
and then brace up the challenge. Like
yes,
the coach said.
yes, they need that. Him also, the coach too. Tactically, you need to tweak some things. If you see if his approach of the game is not working, you need to go to a different approach, or a different pattern, a different way of winning. Because this is Europa League. It's not the same as a Premiership. You understand that is by the book. Most, you know, this is the pattern. This is where this is what this team are playing. AZ is a Dutch team. They don't usually play every time, and they are very fast. AZ they're very young team.
Very young team.
Yes, you understand.
Just like young boys.
Yes. So you need so to play this kind of team that are very young, and they are very fast. You need to tactically, you need to be sound. You know how to control the game. You play. You're the one that's going to dictate the game for them. You understand? You have to dictate the game for AZ, not you chasing after AZ. So it's just matter of approach, and let's see how it's going to go. I wish them well because it's been a while.
It's been a very long while.
So they need to win something as a
over
club.
2 decades. Because the last time Tottenham lifted the trophy was in the year 2008. Wow, that's a very long time. Well, we'll be going on a quick break, and then when we return back, we'll be having conversations about UEFA Champions League, what we saw last night, and what we hope to see in the next phase of the quarterfinals. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Do you know that global television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch global television real-time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to global television.
Yes, many thanks for staying with us. Now let's have the big conversations where we saw Aston Villa defeating Club Brugge yesterday, and booking their place in the quarterfinal against to face PSG in their next showdown. Marcos Ansari started as Aston Villa beats 10-man Club Brugge 3-0 to book a Champions League quarter-final clash with Paris Saint-Germain. Antonio came off the bench to strike twice in the second half of the last 16 rounds leg at Villa Park. The then informed Spanish forward has knitted 7 times since joining on loan from PSG in January transfer window, and is set for a reunion with his parent club in the last 8 of the Champions League. Bruges had Kyrie Stepp sent off for a professional foul on Marcus Rashford earlier in the first half, and Rashford ensured that Villa eventually took advantage of the 10-man squad. Looking at Aston Villa now, they are shocking people. And do you think now is the style of the Champions League, the way the Champions League is structured, is what is giving Aston Villa disadvantage to get up to this stage in the Champions League?
Not really.
Okay.
They have been performing well. Don't take that away from Aston Villa.
Okay.
And Una Emery's side, they have been doing well. In the group stage, they won like 6 matches in the group stage out of 8 games.
Out of 8 games.
Regardless of position or team they face, winning 6 games, that show how good you are. And at this stage now, you can see the first leg they won 3-1. Yesterday too, they won 3-0. That showed they're a very good team. And And with the buy of Marco Asensio now, Asensio has shown that he has shown that he's a very good player right from the days of Madrid. Going to PSG, coming to Aston Villa. That's what good players bring to you. Since coming in, they bring a little bit of stability in the team. And you know, okay, if you're not starting him and bringing him from the bench, is either creating or scoring goals.
He came off the bench and scored 2 goals.
He has been scoring, same as the first leg. He has been scoring goals since he has come for loan from PSG. And now he's facing his parents' club. Let's see, maybe he's going to be able to play them. You know, in EPL, sometimes you cannot face your parents' club. So let's see, maybe it's a different ball game for the Champions League and for the team. That depends on PSG if he's part of his contract to play, and if he's going to play, you know, it's going to be
very interesting.
Yes, and don't forget, Unai Emery was the former coach of PSG, so he knows a little bit of
the
pattern and all. You understand? But it's a very different team now. The team Unai Emery was coaching is a very different team from now. For what Luis Enrique has built, he has built a very good team, a young team of players, fast, versatile, good on the ball. So it's going to be an exciting match. Let's see, maybe Aston Villa will do what Liverpool cannot do. They can knock the PSG out. So it's going to be a very good game. And kudos to Aston Villa for where they are now, because a lot of EPL teams can be in their position. They are not going to qualify. And to show how they are coming with not a lot of money spent in their team and the squad, showing they can play more in Europe. So good thing, kudos to Aston Villa and Unai Emery.
Okay, now let's look at Arsenal now, who actually cruised and reached the quarterfinals by scoring in total 9 goals, 9 goals to 3. Almost this scoreline looks like the first 1 minute 30 seconds of a basketball game. All right, Arsenal drew 2-2 with PSV to complete an empathetic 9-3 aggregate win and set up a Champions League quarterfinal against Real Madrid. The Gunners demolished the Dutch champions by 7-1 in Netherlands last week, making the second leg at the Emirates a formality. Obviously, a formality. Arsenal, with 7 change from Sunday's 1-1 draw at Manchester United, were quickly out of the block, scoring in the first 6 minutes through Alexander Zoki's strike. Croatian veteran Ivan Perisic pulled off and PSV's leveler on the night with a thunderous finish past squaring David Ryan, but midfielder Declan Rice headed Arsenal back in front, and then the trajectory continued like that. Arsenal continued and then maintained their steez and then cruised calmly into the quarterfinal. So looking at Arsenal now, although Oleg didn't celebrate his goal, fans are reacting different to it, to the fact that he didn't celebrate, but he feels it's a walkover for them. I guess that's the reason why he didn't celebrate. But looking at Arsenal now, going ahead to face the almighty Real Madrid, what do you think it holds for them? Do you think Arsenal will scale through?
Talking about scaling through this Champions League, you understand? So Champions League is a different ball game. You need to bring a lot of A game, a lot of quality in Champions League game. Arsenal is a very good side, a very quality side. They have shown that they're a very quality side, and kudos to them, qualifying, beating, whitewashing PSV. PSV shot themselves in their home when they lost 7-1, and in the Champions League game losing 7-1, that shows you don't have to be in this stage at all. You can't be in this stage, but that's good one for Arsenal. And going to face Madrid is going to be a very good, entertaining game. Arteta, a lot of tactics will be going through his head now, how he wants to win Madrid, and you know what Madrid always bring to the Champions League. You can see last night how they fought through with Atletico Madrid. They are a very good side. I'm not surprised. They are the champion of UEFA Champions League 15 times. So coming and Arsenal chasing their first Champions League, you meeting Madrid have won 15 times. You should know that you have to do more. You need to do more. It's not about talking, or it's not about this or that. You need to do more, and they need to score goals if they want to win Madrid. Because
I don't think Arsenal can beat Madrid.
well, it's football. We can't say anything can happen.
Well,
this is football.
For me, I feel Real Madrid has made it through to the semi-finals already, because I don't think Arsenal have what it takes to face
Arsenal fans,
the Real Madrid.
Arsenal fans will tell you they have what it face.
Well,
they are confident they can win.
If they are confident they can win,
confident they
they
can
would have
win.
done better with the EPL. But let's leave that conversation.
They'll let them come for you.
All right, let's move on. Dortmund also fight back to beat Lille 2-1 to reach quarterfinal. So Dortmund actually also struggled yesterday somehow, coming from behind, and then struggled. But Borussia Dortmund recovered from losing an early goal to fight back and defeat Lille 2-1 in France in the second leg of their Champions League last round of 16 ties, sealing a 2-3 aggregate victory and book a place in the quarterfinals. Jonathan David gave Lille an early lead on the night, putting the French club ahead in the tie after last week's 1-1 first leg draw. However, Emre Can squared things by converting a penalty for Dortmund on the 54th minute, and then the trajectory continued, and then the lineup continues as they get to score again to put them above Lille. So the next matchup is going to be Borussia Dortmund will be facing Real Barcelona in this phase. So Yamal and Rafinha, two problems. The current Barcelona squad, they are actually up there in the La Liga, sitting on top and leading the pack. So looking at their performance with Benfica, Barcelona has always beaten Benfica right from the days of Ronaldinho, Iniesta, Sergio Busquets. It has always been back to back. They all get to score each other, but Barcelona always come out with the best laugh. So looking at all of this now, Borussia Dortmund, their current squad, last year they made it all through to the finals facing Real Madrid, and Real Madrid being Real Madrid, defeating them in the finals. Now Barcelona, Real Dortmund, what are your predictions?
Well, that's an open game. It's going to be a very open attacking game. You know how Dortmund,
because these two teams now play attacking football.
Yes, you know how Dortmund plays. They're a very good attacking side. They play fast football too, and they have young players too with a little bit of experience. But Barcelona have shown this season they're a very good side, to play, attacking side with a lot of talent. The Lamine Yamal, the Rafinha has been doing so good. A lot of them have been doing so good. So it's still Champions League. Champions League game. These are the games we all want to see in Champions League game. We want to see this team face themselves, so you should know how good you are. So it's a challenge for Dortmund. I believe Dortmund is a challenge for Dortmund because Barcelona are sitting pretty okay. They are confidently they are going to qualify. But Dortmund can still pull an upset.
Actually, this is what we are expecting. We almost saw one yesterday between Real Madrid and Barcelona and Atletico Madrid, the derby that happened in Spain. Actually, talking about those games now, as time is rounding off, we've seen the current holders. They are obviously Real Madrid defeating Atletico Madrid in penalties 4-2. Looking at the whole squad now, when I noticed that Atletico Madrid got to score first, I actually thought it was going to be game over because of the fact that they have what it takes to score and keep scoring. But looking at Real Madrid now, how well would you say they were able to hold off Atletico Madrid and then get into the extra time and playing penalties?
Well, it's a very good one for them to hold up after you coming back from 28 seconds goal. And Atletico Madrid, they held that goal till 120 minutes. You know how
Real
strong.
Madrid. Yes.
Atletico Madrid, you holding that 1-0. Madrid, not conceding. Madrid was looking for the goal. Madrid was the one chasing for goal yesterday. Atletico Madrid were ready to take them to the penalty shootouts, which you see, they believe they will have won them, but one or two reasons. But that shows how good Madrid is and how good Atletico are. So they're a very good side in years. If not for Real Madrid, Atletico will have won Champions League like 2 or 3 times now, if not for this Real Madrid, always knocking them out anytime they meet. And there has been a turn on Diego Simeone's flesh. So there has been a problem for him.
Okay.
He still have to go and still do his maths in winning Madrid in UEFA Champions League. Different from La Liga, different ball game, different mentality.
Okay, let's say, looking at this current last 8 now,
Yeah.
let's assume Real Madrid makes it through to the finals. Among the other 7, which team do you feel now is going to be a problem for Real Madrid in the final?
Well, it's look like this predicting is looking like a Clasico in the final, and still looking like a Madrid Inter Milan final. I'm just looking at that perspective.
Yeah.
Because looking at the people there, but anything can happen.
Anything can
Because
happen, yeah.
PSG are also there. They are looking for their first Champions League win. So all these guys are chasing for this Champions League. And Madrid believe it's their bet try. They want to win it again
and
for the 16th time. You understand? So all these teams chasing, when PSG is chasing to win, Barcelona after a very long time, Barcelona have not won Champions League. Inter Milan,
Same
thing.
The last one was with Mourinho.
You understand? So all these teams they want to win Champions League. They want to show they have been playing for a long time. Most of them they have not qualified for some time now.
Yes.
So that shows that it's competitive, but still it's open either in a Clasico final or Madrid Inter Milan. Because Madrid at this stage, knowing Madrid, that's why I'm putting them there. Knowing them, knowing their history with Champions League, you reaching this stage, that's the final for them.
Okay, well, as we wrap up, congratulations to you as a Liverpool fan for getting knocked out from the Champions League. But still, why I say congratulations is because you have your EPL sitting and waiting for you, unlike some other teams that have stadium.
Nothing, they just have mouths. They're like bantering. At least we have been successful. We have showed, we have tried, and we are still going to be
But
there.
what do you think would have been done different for Liverpool for you guys to be able to have defeated PSG?
Well, I feel player-wise, the formation, the approach of the game, which and the slot went to, I believe you're supposed to start Nunes because bring a different dynamism to the game. And the midfield, you saw what happened in the first leg with marking Vitinha and João Neves. You're supposed to bring in an Endo there into the midfield. Just tweak the game. You needed to tweak the game. You understand? You need the
Do you
different
think so much
energy.
reliance on Mo Salah actually impacted negatively?
Not
the attacks we
not
pushed
actually.
the right hand flank.
You should see that because he's there. He was there pushing the attack. But that boils down to the other attackers. The final ball were the problem. The Jota, the Diaz. Diaz was running around with the game. He tried, but you need those final passes to score goals. And if you see the game, the final passes were the problem. We'll launch a counter attack. Those final passes that you need to score and the shooting, that's the problem. And PSG came in after that goal with Konate. Konate was supposed to clear the ball. It came. That took the game to another level. Give the game another flair. You understand? Another dimension of the game. So it's part of the game. That's football. And in the recent games, if you watch Liverpool, you know the players are tired. They are fatigued. Against Everton, they drew. Aston Villa. In the past 4 or 5 games, if not City and Southampton, they won. They have been drawing, losing, struggle. They have been struggle. It's normal at this stage, but kudos, they have something to show for their fatigue. That is the Premier League. That's a good one. And they are playing the final this weekend with Newcastle, the Carabao Cup final. So it's still a good season for Liverpool.
Well, in the long run, it's still a very good season for Liverpool and also a very good season for, most of the teams currently in the top 4. And there's a high chance that Nottingham Forest might not even finish at top 4. Probably they will even get to the 5th position because Chelsea and Manchester City are tailing them very, very closely. And then you still have 7 outstanding matches to be played before anything can really happen. I want to say a very big thank you to Olarewaju Jesse for coming out and joining us on today's edition of Talk
It's
Sport.
always my pleasure talking sports.
Yes, and many thanks for the production team for making today's production seamless, and cheers to all Manchester United fans for their 100-seaters new stadium that will be starting. The construction will be starting soon, so I think that's a trophy that we'll be holding for the next couple of years. My name is Samuel Odi. I'll see you again as we talk
Damn.
more sports. Bye for now.